Realtors know that SEO and AI search are super, super important when it comes to getting leads and establishing that brand presence. And in this video, I'm going to show you guys how you can use Claude to write blogs like this, but not only write blogs like this, but write good SEO-driven blogs that solve a problem, utilize like a data for SEO API so that you actually have data behind why you're writing this blog. And then I'll show you guys a tool that I built, which is going to be available for free. So stay till the end of this video so you can see how to get this tool. But this tool lets me make it so that I can ask Claude to write blogs for me. He'll write them and he'll put them in this tool so that I can go and review them. And what's cool is I can go in here and I can leave comments and stuff like that if I see any errors. And then what's awesome is I can actually just tell him to, hey, go fix the errors, and he will automatically adjust and get better and write better and better blogs. And so then in this interface, I can swap out pictures. I can even add things to it, but it makes it so that this is just way easier. And then I can even schedule them out. But you guys can just see the sheer amount of blogs that I have, the amount of content I have scheduled to go out. This is only possible through using a tool like this and through using Claude to be able to make it so I can do this at scale without it taking up a bunch of time. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys how you can do that and what actually matters when it comes to SEO, AI search, and using Claude to do that. SEO can feel really, really complicated, and that's because a lot of this stuff that is involved with having a good online presence and having a website that people can find and that's actually showing up in the search is really, really hard. There are a lot of technical things that you're going to want to have. You're going to want your website to be loading at a decent speed. You are going to want to have your site indexed by Google. You want to have certain things set up. If you're running ads, there's certain things you want even embedded within your code. And so there are a lot of technical moving parts. And historically, this is what you would always pay companies for. But that being said, Claude has made it so that a lot of this is really, really easy for realtors to do. And you can do all of this today using AI. And so with that being said, what are the tools that you need so you can be effective with Claude and with your SEO? And then on top of that, where does Claude need your expertise as a realtor so that your blogs and you're implementing a decent strategy so that you're not just the AI is not just hallucinating? How do you make sure that the blogs that you're using, even ChatGPT to write, are actually working? And so it's simpler in a lot of ways, but it's also most people are missing the mark. And we'll kind of get more into why that is and how we made a tool that makes it so that you can still use AI to post at scale. But really, guys, when you post with AI, for most people, they say, hey, I need a blog on Dunedin. I need a blog on the top 10 new restaurants coming to Dunedin in 2026. And AI is going to write a blog, and it's going to go out and do some research. It's going to look at other blogs that people wrote, and it's going to write a blog that basically says the same thing as other people, unless you are adding additional information or like physically writing part of it. For the most part, AI isn't really writing a blog that's getting you ranked for SEO or AI search. You might be writing a blog on a topic that people are searching for, but that's not necessarily helping you. And so if that's the case, is there a way to use AI to write blogs, to still implement your voice, your brand, to still have that extra depth in a way that is truly scalable? And I truly think we figured out how to do that. And the way we do that is actually using just proprietary data, which is your voice transcripts, like from brainstorming. Like I'll show you guys kind of my run through with some of my video blog ideas and how I use those. Also just client communication. I save all my texts, all my emails, every promo email, every newsletter, every story I tell. I have all that, all my reviews. Previous emails, and then my YouTube transcripts are really the majority of this because I have thousands and thousands of words and thousands of spoken content online that tells AI how I like to sound, how I like to frame my sentences, the words I like to use, the topics I have a lot of depth on. And so I have the AI, I have Claude use my proprietary data more or less to take the blogs and add a layer of depth to them that actually makes it so that they have somewhat of a better chance at ranking, even though I have a newer website. And I can do this at scale. And multiple steps to this strategy. Like even if you do this strategy, you're not going to want to post all the blogs at once because that's not going to work either. And so we're going to get into into the next bottleneck that I found, which was how do you find a way to be able to not only post the blogs with AI, but is there a way to really implement a strategy where you can post even like 5 blogs a day, schedule them out, work with AI to do it, good blogs that are like really, really valuable? Like, is there a way? And I'm going to show you guys in this video how I do that for myself. And so in my blogs, you're going to notice, guys, with blogs and with SEO, there are really 2 strategies here. I'm just going to give you a bit rundown of my strategy. And so what I like to I have my SEO pages. I'm just going to pull up the tool that I have. And this tool is, again, free. And I'm going to show you guys how to use this tool as well because it's free. So I feel like I can show you guys how to use this tool because I want you guys to use this tool. I'll show you guys how to download it, how to do all that, how to use it. But with this tool, I'm able to have Claude write my blogs. I'm able to give Claude feedback on the blogs. Claude automatically is adjusting as I'm giving him feedback because he's looking for patterns. And then I'm able to schedule the blogs in one interface. And what's cool is when he's written the blogs, like this is one that he wrote, I can go in here, I can add pictures, I can do all kinds of things. I can see kind of more on like the back end of exactly how this came to be written. And so then if I like it, I can hit publish and this blog will go live. And so this interface for me is a lot easier to use because then also then my wife Aubrey, who for her she doesn't necessarily like using the Claude Code interface, which I totally get because it is just super annoying. And so for a lot of people, this is just, I don't want that. And I totally get it. And for a lot of people, they aren't necessarily the ones managing their blogs. And so they want to implement AI in their business. But to ask your secretary to learn Claude Code is just kind of insane. And that being said, though, one of the biggest unlocks with AI right now is AI search and SEO. And so having an interface like this is essential. And really these are all over the place. Like WordPress this is what WordPress is. It's a content management system. So I literally just have it cms.moonify.ai. You can go here and you can make an account. But how this works is, you go, you edit the blogs, you approve them, you put them on a calendar, you can schedule them out, and then we have blog posts and SEO pages. And so really the difference between my blog posts and my SEO pages are this. So with this strategy, this is a strategy that implements both value and scale. And so what I mean by that is I want to have the scalability of being able to post, 5 blogs a day, but I want to still be limiting how much I'm also putting on the website because I want to keep the website valuable, because some stuff on the website that I'm really taking my time with, like these neighborhood breakdowns where I want to have kind of more of in-depth tools, more just I want to have more here. And so I want to take my time with this, and I don't want people to mistrust this. I want to back all this. And so I'm not necessarily at a rush to just post a bunch of stuff on my website with AI. I'm being very meticulous and kind of structured about it. And so with my blogs, guys, it's kind of similar. With my blogs, I am not really interested in bombarding this area with just 5 posts a day. I want to take my time and I highlight these in my newsletter, and I'm driving traffic with my newsletter to these blogs. And then I'm hoping that from these blogs, even maybe they end up on some of my tools, because really, guys, when it comes to SEO, the main thing that matters is you want people on your website. The more people that are on your website, the more people that love your website, the more people that are telling other people about their website, sharing it with their friends, sharing it on social media, using your tools. They're on your website longer. These are all the things that Google is looking for when it comes to SEO. This is a big component. Yes, there's a lot of factors when it comes to SEO, but this is a huge part of it. And so these tools, I think, are all encompassing of an SEO strategy, but you need a way to be able to post at scale, scheduled over time. And so how does this tool work? Well, basically it works like this. Stuff starts out in the content pipeline. And so what the content pipeline is this is using a DataForSEO, which is a company that you can actually connect them directly to Claude and either pay per use. So the account, you get $5 for free, but there's no subscription or anything. You pay for what you use. You can just pay for the API, which is great, but it is a $50 minimum. But what's cool is it doesn't cost that much to run this. Maybe like $5 to get a full in-depth analysis. But anyhow, what does the data that we're getting here look like, and why is this important for our strategy? And so this is what we know. We know that it's important for you to have specialized knowledge. Maybe there is a special niche that you have a lot of information on. It would be really valuable for you to post a lot of blogs on that content, even if there is a lot of content already out there on that topic, because of the extra layer of depth that you are going to add. That being said, we want kind of like we said, like a 2-in-1 strategy where we are focusing on posting good blogs on the topics that we can go really deep on, but then simultaneously we also want people to find our website. And the way to do that is consistency and scale. And a lot of that strategy can be done by AI. And that involves what I like to call the SEO pages, which these are blogs or really articles that are written on topics that there's just no information out there on, and this information is stuff that people are searching for. Like, there is an audience out there that is moving from Atlanta to St. Pete, and for them, having a breakdown that shows kind of the compare and contrast between the weather, that shows what sales tax looks like down here versus up there, and all the things that would be important. Like, something like this is going to be something that an individual might search in Google or on AI, and then this blog might get quoted by ChatGPT or by Google when answering that question. And when they ask about the realtor that specializes in kind of their specific scenario, the goal is to have ChatGPT point to you and to your blog post, because you were the one that provided that value. And so this is a scale strategy. And so this really is going to be consistency at scale. And so what that's going to look like is even just like 3 posts a week, honestly, is a good strategy for this video. I had Claude kind of put out some posts, some ideas, and he wrote a lot. But I would really, a lot of these I haven't scheduled out yet, but I would really do kind of 3 every week would be the most I'd want to do, because really what Google's looking for is quality and consistency over time. But we can totally do that using AI is my point. And so with these SEO pages, what's cool about these is if you go off of this page, you cannot find any of my SEO pages from my website. So this is just designed to funnel people to my website. If I go to like my SEO pages, you can just see that on this, there's just a variety of topics, and here you can kind of go all out. So the goal would be, maybe I have 1 blog post a week, and then on here, maybe if I'm really trying to grow in the beginning, you could even do 1 SEO page a day in the beginning, because really the scale, the quality, you want consistency, you want scale, and you want quality. And so to do that, you need to add nuance to the blogs. You need to have a way to do this in a scheduled way that aligns with your current lifestyle and with your current teams, so that anybody can hop in and do this. And then when it comes to the scale, you need a way to apply AI to just current best practices, SEO and AI search strategies. And you need a way to apply AI to that in a way that's not going to create less valuable content. And the way to do that, I truly think, is through using YouTube transcripts, client emails, voice notes, client calls, any easy way where you can get your proprietary data, additional nuance in the post is great. There's a lot of ways to do this. Okay, so how does the tool that I just showed you work? And this is basically it. There is a tedious setup process involved, but once it is set up, it really is, you just talk to Claude. But basically, Claude he gets your YouTube transcript. He will then write a blog post based on topics that you have approved in your content pipeline. And so in your content pipeline, you get the information using the data for SEO connection that we have, and this is stuff we pay for. We pay for this data, and we pay for it from the same data source that the SEO companies are getting it from. We're just attaching it to Claude and having Claude get it. And so then from here, Claude determines which blog topics we should write posts on, and then he kind of gives a breakdown of the analysis. So there's no honest renter's guide. All apartment content is SEO spam from listing sites. No real advice. Reddit is full of frustrated renters, but no published guide. So this is kind of his reasoning behind why we should do this this post. And it breaks it down the exact same way that the SEO companies would want it to. So you could even send this to your SEO guy if you wanted. But here, if you want if I like this topic, I can hit approved and I can hit save, and it will literally just move on to approved. Now that I've shown you guys how this tool works in this next part of this video, I'm going to show you guys exactly how you can install this for free on your computer so that you can get started writing blogs that are really going to be good quality, get you that SEO, get you that AI search. And so here's what we're going to do, guys. You're going to go to cms.moonify.ai/welcome. And that is going to pull you up to this landing page where you can do this in two ways, where you can connect it to your own Supabase account. That way you have everything locally in your own Supabase if that's something that you feel like taking on. But if that sounds a little too technical, you can also just connect directly to the Moonify hosted database, and we will host for you for free while we're getting people started on this tool, because this tool is so freaking cool. You guys are going to love it. So let's start with a new email. I'm going to go info@moonify.ai, and then for my password, I'm going to go sign up. Boom. And so now we are logged in to Moonify, to the CMS. And so how do you connect this to Claude? How do we connect this to Claude? This is the dashboard. This is fresh, and it's super easy. You're going to go to settings, and then you are going to go to API keys, and you're going to hit generate. And then in here, you're going to copy this right here, and then in Claude Code, we're going to create a new profile, and then we are going to install this. All right, let's get started installing Moonify onto Claude so that you guys can communicate directly with Moonify, create your blogs, create your posts, edit your blogs, edit your posts, save all the work, have Claude get better at writing your posts as you continue to give him feedback, all like literally within 5 minutes. So you're going to type in Claude so that we get started with Claude, and then we're going to take what we copied and we're going to paste it in, and we're going to say, download this MCP server. I had this. And then, okay, so now it's downloaded. So now we're going to hit restart. We're going to type in exit and then Claude. Now we're going to say, using the Moonify-CMS MCP server, create a test post for us showcasing that you were able to use this tool. Boom. And so we'll have that going here on the side, and I'll show you guys kind of some of the other stuff you're going to want to do when you set this up. So you're going to want to put in kind of your website and stuff like that. Here, let's go over here. Boom. From here, honestly, guys, to create blogs, to edit blogs, to do anything with your blog posts, it's super easy. And you can just ask Claude, what are all the CMS tools that I have on hand? And it'll say, I can list blog posts, I can get posts, I can create posts, I can add images, I can update any posts, I can publish posts, delete posts. He can list topics, get topics using built-in data for SEO tools, which that's going to be the next thing that you're going to want to set up is data for SEO. And again, this is pay per use. They give you $5 for free. You're going to want to set this up, try for free, create an account, sign in, and then you're going to see here where it says API access. They might have you fill out some things just to say how you're using it, but you're going to then just kind of give Claude your API login and your API password. And again, Claude will guide you through this setup, and there are instructions within the GitHub folder for him to guide you through on how to set all this up. But once you have this connected to Claude, he is going to be able to do all kinds of things, get keyword data, do all this like backlink research, AI search research, everything like AI, everything that you are going to want in your blogs or to create good blogs. Claude's going to be able to get all that using this data for SEO API. So then that's going to be connected to the CMS tool as well in your content pipeline dashboard so that you can visualize the posts and then choose which ones you want to write full-on blogs for, which ones you don't want to. And then again, there's instructions within here for Claude to show you how to, if you have a YouTube channel that you want to use to add that extra level of nuance to your blog post, there's instructions in that in that GitHub repo on how to set that up with Claude. Moving on, you could either post now everything you want to do within like your WordPress that you do, or if it's write additional paragraphs or whatever it is, or maybe you want to prompt additional paragraphs, add a photo, anything, you can add one, you can upload one, or you can add one from the Pixels API, which you can create a free account with them, and then you can add in their API key here so that is connected as well. And yeah, but everything you want to do within here that you would typically do in like a WordPress style, which is what this is WordPress style CMS you would do in here, you can also do in Claude. And that's really why I was so keen on building out the MCP server, because I really wanted Claude to be able to really be that employee. And so every tool that you can do manually, I want Claude to be able to do on your behalf. And so that way you can set up workflows and skills and all kinds of things around this. And really the reason I made it open source and the reason I put a version of this where all of this is customizable is so that people can kind of take it and tweak it and make it work best for them, because Claude really can deliver a totally custom experience. And so that's a bit of a taste, guys, of how you can use AI today to start creating blogs that utilize these powerful tools out there, like Claude, like Data4SEO, like your YouTube videos, and then put them all together and write blogs, and then put them on a like, now, because you can schedule them from here, you can put them for post, publish, maybe it needs additional review, because if you wanted to add like comments here, like you could say, hey, tweak this, or I'll show you guys what I mean. Here's what I mean by that. I recently wrote this blog, or we were working on this blog, and here it had put X and X instead of X and X500, and I had written the comment, are we missing a flood zone? Why are there two flood zone X's? Should we have X500? And so then you can see that Claude resolved that comment. You can see when he resolved it, and then he updated it from X to X500. And so this is essential to me for just creating a self-improving system that you can work with Claude. And then say here, maybe I want to add a photo here or something like that. I can go here, and then you can go here in Pixels, and you could say like, I don't know, home insurance or something like that. Then we can just find one. I don't know. I don't see any good ones here. Maybe we'll do flood zones. And then we can add like a photo like this one or something like that. And then we can hit save changes. And that's literally going to save that. If we wanted to publish that now to our website, we can do that. And yeah, this is why, to me, this tool is so cool, because this gives you the ability now, if you're busy and you have a team, now if you want your assistant or your secretary or other people on your team to be able to use this tool, log in, help be the human in the loop part of pushing these things along, now that's totally possible, which I just think, yeah, I'm pretty excited about this tool, guys. This could be pretty cool. But in any case, that is how this tool works. And then the blogs, again, they look like this. With creating this website, we have another video where I created this website, and I showed you guys how to do that as well. And then I got another video where I show you guys how to install Claude Code so that you can get started with Claude Code. But yeah, apart from this, now that you have a CMS, now that you have Supabase Vercel connected, you have everything you need to create websites, to get started with AI search, to get started with SEO. And yeah, again, this tool is available at cms.moonify.ai. If you guys have any questions about it, and then /welcome, if you guys have any questions at all about it, I got to sign out. If you have any questions at all about it, let us know, and we'll help you. And then if you even if it's like, hey, you know, I want to get started with this, I want to use this tool, but I'm nervous about building a website, guys, we can help you do this. We can help you get started with this stuff. Just let us know. Just send us an email. There's a form, fill out. because yeah, I get it. For a lot of folks, this is too much, but you see the value in wanting to get started with having branded posts go out based on the content that you already have out there every day. That's pretty valuable. So again, you can start cms.moonify.ai/welcome, and see you guys on the next video.